How's that sound? Probably not great, but hopefully it's not terrible. That might make it slightly better. What is this channel? You that don't know me, which is probably all of you, I abandon hobbies a lot. Get into hobbies, abandon them. Recently I got into motorcycling, but I'm not totally new to video making, video editing. I used to run gaming YouTube channel, gaming TikTok. I streamed for a little while. Oh, that old goat. Oh man, I feel like you're not going to be able to hear this at all. I don't know why I've all of a sudden at this old age that I'm at decided to get into motorcycles. I grew up around bikes. My dad always liked bikes. My best friend always rode bikes growing up. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't for me. Look, I should have went the other way. But anyways, yeah. Grew up around bikes. For some reason recently, I just decided to go and get my license. There we go, Jesus. This guy stops for us, yep. I think there's gravel right here. I'm being a little cautious. So as you could probably tell, as you might be able to tell, just me writing and posting videos. I'm a new writer. I'm not very good. Still learning everything. I'm sure I have a lot of bad habits, so definitely don't try to from me. But I just like to cruise, man. I'm not a speed demon out here. I'm not acting a fool for the most part. I'm just trying to get out of the house. So I got my motorcycle right before this happened, so I doubt it's because of this, but my father recently passed away. And this has been very therapeutic for me. Being able to have this meditative time to ride, listen to some music. You can't really control the other drivers on the road, but you can try to pay attention as best as you can. You know, I went and took the motorcycle safety course. I like to wear my gear. You're always going to see me in sleeves and stuff. I know it's not always the coolest looking, but I would much rather have all the skin on my body, you know, if I do end up wrecking. We're riding a 2018 Honda Shadow Phantom. It's a nice little bike, man. It's very low to the ground. It's not very heavy. It rides smooth. It's fuel injected. It's got a drive shaft, so you don't have to worry about, oh, that was weird. A bunch of like bugs floating in the air. I don't know if we captured. There's like a swarm just kind of wafting about. I've done a few things to it, nothing super crazy. I threw some LED lights on there. They had just the old school bulb lights. I plan on getting a new seat soon. I'm not going to probably do a whole lot of modifications to it just because it's, you know, it's my first bike. I don't mind how it is. I think it's fun. I think it looks cool. I'll just ride it, you know. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of it, but it'll definitely be, you know, the first bike. It's a nice bike. It gets on the highway. I've done it a couple times. I don't really like riding on the highway as much, but it still saves a lot of time when you're doing back roads, and the stop and go is not always super fun, but definitely I need a new seat. You'll see me shifting around a lot. My posture is probably not the greatest, but it's made absolutely worse by this dreadful seat. You'll see if you look up Honda Shadow, the Shadow Phantom specifically, you'll see the first things a lot of people do is put a new seat on there. One of the first things they're trying to do. But what is the goal of this channel? Honestly, I have no idea. I might try some vlogging of some kind. Like I said, I've streamed before, so I'm not shy in front of a camera. But what I ran into the issue of is I found myself with streaming trying to fit into a certain attitude or a certain style that I felt like was necessary to be a successful streamer. I was never comfortable finding kind of my own vibe, or I wasn't able to find that for myself. I did it for about a year or so. Well, no, who knows? We might do some streaming on the bike. I don't know. Might have to look up the legality of that. It might not be totally safe, but maybe it's, I don't know how that works. We're rocking an Insta360 X4. It's an okay camera. I kind of don't like the fisheye lens, but it's not terrible. I might get a some kind of GoPro as like a chin mount to kind of as an addition to. The mounting's a little awkward for the 360 camera. But I imagine I'll stick with motorcycling, but I'm really bad about picking up hobbies, being super passionate about them for a while, and then giving up, you know, after I don't know what. For an example of that, I got really into pottery at the beginning of the year, and I did that, like, I do it to a point of exhaustion. Yeah, so I did pottery for a while. Look, I actually think I saw these same guys earlier coming out this way, which is interesting when I was coming home from work. I don't remember what I was saying. That's going to happen a lot. I'm not going to remember what I was talking about. We'll see if I edit around things, which I probably should. I don't know about, like, can I put license plates in videos? Probably shouldn't, right? Like, that's just kind of rude. I don't know. We'll do some research on it. This first video might just be, you know, totally different than the rest. Maybe I just figure it out as I go type situation. Gotta do my look. I try to remember the stuff from the safety class. Actually, I was one of only like 2 people in my safety class that got missed nothing on the exam, or the practical exam, whatever, the writing portion of the test. It doesn't mean I remember everything we learned by any means. You know, a lot of the acronyms and stuff that you learn for those kinds of things. I like this little area here. Fun little river walk type thing, little walking trail. Look, I know I'm probably going to get so many comments about, I know I shift kind of crazy, I shift a little rough. And then my takeoffs are not the greatest. Look, that guy's scooting over there. Scooting on that jet ski. We do live in New England, but I am from originally South Texas. Oh, Texas. I don't know if I'll end up wearing, I have another helmet. It's got like a bunch of Texas stuff on it. There's a scorpion helmet, but I got an awkward shaped head, so we ended up in an awry. Unfortunately, I wish I would have got it before the other one, because buying multiple helmets isn't always fun, especially when you're starting off. But, you know, as much as this helmet costs, it's still a lot cheaper than a skull, I would imagine, so kind of a worthwhile investment, if you ask me. It's getting nighttime. I don't really like riding at night all that much. I've done it a few times, but I have not that great night vision, so probably doesn't help. A little wee woo wee action here. What is it, 40 I think's in here. Bro's posted. Look, I was down here 4th of July on this road, and I saw a motorcycle cop. Like, I tried to wave to him. I was like, yeah, another biker. I don't see many bikers yet, you know. Just totally ignored me. He was not impressed by my existence. Look, I came in a little hot here. We'll slow down a bit. This is such an awkward turn here. Also, none of the lights change here for the motorcycle, like none of the detectors that I've seen. So I often have to run like a red arrow. It's not really running the light because it's green on the other way, but it's telling me not to go left. But well, that's kind of one of them things. I think that's common. I wanted to ask, I was going to ask a cop that was parked over here the other day, but he actually wasn't there. There's like always a cop over here in this one spot. But he was not there that day. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure how good the night footage is going to be on this camera. When I tried it, it wasn't great, or tried it the first time. Also, I realized just now that my mouth is super my mic. I'll probably get some ploxatives and what are they called? Sibilants and ploxatives, I think. I don't know. And my face is all squished, so maybe my mouth or maybe my voice sounds crazy. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just going to be me riding. Honestly, I don't really make content for other people. A lot of times it's just kind of what I feel like doing. Like, I don't really like passing on the right here. I know I could, and like this guy behind me is probably going to. But I just don't really like doing it, and I think it's technically illegal here. I've lived in so many states in the last 2 decades that it's hard to keep track of all the weird nuanced laws and stuff. I will say, out of all the states I've lived in, which were mostly southern states, Massachusetts drivers are kind of the most scary that I've been around yet, which is ironic that I decided to get a motorcycle here of all places, but you know, they at least have their respect for the motorcycles, it seems like. I'll be honest, I'm right here in the border between Massachusetts and New Hampshire, and it seems like for the most part people give me more respect and leeway on the bike than they do in like a car, for example. You know, I know Massachusetts is real biker friendly, so that could have something to do with it. I hate this bump right here. Oh, that's one bad thing about this bike being so low, and I mean, granted, other bikes might be like this. I keep saying this bike like I have any experience on any other bike. I rode like a Suzuki 300 or something for my motorcycle course. But this thing's low, so it just bounces a lot. We'll take this little cruise right here, actually, before I head home. This last little bit of daylight in. But yeah, this thing bounces. It's got good shocks. The seat's dreadful. I think I mentioned that earlier. I always like this little area in here. Looks cool. Right in a lot of woods out here. Actually, a couple weekends ago, I rode out to the coast and over to Salem, Mass and whatnot. It's pretty cool out there. It was jam-packed, though, by the time I got to Salem. It's a fairly big tourist place, as you could probably imagine. This is a state forest here, so I imagine that this is a lot of traffic. That's like the parking for the state forest at the end of this road. Like I said, there's really nothing to expect from this channel. This is kind of just gonna be my own. I don't even know. This may end up being nothing. You know, I may never even upload again for all I know. But I hope not, because I bought this fairly expensive camera. It's been fun. It's fun riding. It's fun seeing the sights. It's fun getting out of the house. It helps me stay, you know, away from food. I have a lot of food problems. It keeps me active. I mean, I know you're not really active. You're sweating, but you're not really like doing anything. I'm still just kind of sitting here, but it's a little bit better for my mental health, I feel like, than playing video games all day had been and things like that. I know it's still kind of on social media making videos, but I'm a doom scroller really bad. I'll get on the social medias and look at everybody having fun and just feel bad about myself, you know, just feel real down and out about myself. That's not necessary. You don't got to do that. Thanks for riding with me, guys. Logic out.